Hi, darlings. I just want to show you something. I just can't believe it. So this is again the Badminton horse trials. Fence 21,777. So he passes that fence. It's an ABC. So it will all be 21. This is the lake at Badminton horse trials. I told you Ross Cantor won RCCR, an incredible young lady, but this is again Charles Rex, the crowning. So watch this stunt by Tom Crisp riding Liberty and Glory. It's exactly where we are. So he's apparently a fireman, so a fireman that falls into the lake. That's Jupiter. He's number 54, that's 9. And we know that Saturn is at home in the 11th house. This is all about taking the axis. And I'm going to show you the Grimm Reaper as well. So let's turn down the sound. So he jumps that jump fine. I know most people can't see, but I was a rider for 10 years. I did this, not to this level. So there, so now he's stopping the horse. Stop, look, he's stopping the horse. He did that big fake, boom. That was a complete stunt. And now he's going to swim. And he's called TC, Top Cat, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Merlion for the Corona tie on. So, I mean, there's nothing. I could spend my whole day. I took about 20 pictures today. That's the girl who won. This is the girl, look, Savills, Jimmy Savile. So she does an absolutely brilliant round. And her horse is called Lord GraffalO. So that's LG again, G7. I told you the good life. The series, the English series from 1973. We're now in 2023. This is the coming in now. This is the people who return, the gardeners, the people who return to the earth for this time. So she's showing you what, to have a horse that fits and to not make one single mistake. She's number 71. That's beautiful to watch, but most people aren't able to get to this mental mind over the horse. This is the horse is number 9. It's Sagittarius, Jupiter, the flesh. So let me show you other things I just saw today. I'll just show you the Mars jump. It's sponsored by Mars and British Petroleum, BP, PB. So the big M jump. Right, so I just posted about that. This can get me in a lot of trouble. I can see everything, and you guys look. So he's number 9, 549. That is a stunt, fake fall to crown the top cat. Tom Cruise. He's called Tom Crisp. Merlion, Aqua, Lunar Man, Aquarius. Aqua, lunar, the coronation was during the lunar eclipse. That's the cat energy. Somebody sent me a clip of some new film called Cat Spy, The Great Cat Spy, a joke on The Great Gatsby. Man number 54 is 9 Sagittarius, taking 11th door, 911 Aquarius, because Jupiter Empire has no air. Saturn is air in Aquarius, the true air. They make Aquaman, solar lunar pillars for the full moon, corona tie-on, eclipse, cat on a hot tin roof, Merlion, stands in Singapore, the lion, goatfish. The goatfish is Capricorn, Saturn, Mother Air, Earth, next to Father Air, Aquarius. So it's all marketing for subconscious programming. A fireman in the lake, solar lunar pillars. Today's marketing subconscious programming is so ridiculous. Here, TC Top Cat, Tom Cruise, Tom Crisp, a fireman, Acura Pompier. I've spoken to you about what Pompier means, the French word for a fireman, in lots of other videos. Has a fake stunt fall on his horse, Liberty and Glory, in the lake. Fire, water, Jupiter, solar, lunar pillars, JPBJ, Boaz jacking during the coronation lunar full moon eclipse so that everyone saw the man, lion, cat swimming in water. Top Cat, what a joke. Sponsored by Mars and BP, Paddy Bear, obviously. Okay. This is an old article which actually, this was really before I properly came back to astrology. Thanks so much to Lavette's work. That was, but this article goes over the seventh seal, which is what we're going to see now in the Grimm Reaper scene at the coronation that I didn't go into. But in this article, so you see, they've split the Milky Way snake. They were friends together, and the splitting of the snake is exactly what we have now. So this was all about Alpha Omega. This is where we had the lunar eclipse, Sun in Aries and Moon in Libra. So yeah, that is the new, it's a pedophile symbol as well. So my old articles, they really were in the days when I was joining all the dots together, and it will really help. Okay, I'll add that link. 7th house, X Factor, Arc of the S, Dan, Aleph, Tav. Just saw this today. They are using, where I live, the wine holders for water. So we're doing a reverse John 2:1:11, Mercury's retrograde 21, that's 777. 11, Saturn is at home in the 11th house. So it can also be 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mercury retro 21 days, 2 times 777. So 111 is 777. That can be twice 777. And the wine is turned to water. Jesus, his mother, and his disciples attend a wedding in the village of Cana. When the wine runs out at the feast, Jesus turns water into wine, thus demonstrating his divinity to his disciples. Flip-flop, wine turned to water. His story, Histoire d'eau, les seigneurs des eaux, seigneurs des anneaux. Anneau is a play on agneau, sheep, anneau, rings, 322223. And I saw today that the Champ de Mars in front of the Eiffel Tower is now got sheep walking on the grass on the Mars Avenue in Paris. So this image, we've got the 2 corners. This is just the tracing boards. So I reckon this is the south, west, east, and we've got 7 beef eaters, 7 red walking out, and I'm going to show you in a minute, but Madeleine McCain, here she is, her eye, the Q, that axis of Gemini, children, the children, and this is the axis of Merlin. This is the gap between Gemini to Orion, and it shows. I did articles, but it just reminded me. There it is. They're showing us that is the axis. And we've got the North Gate with the Grimm Reaper. So we've got blue-yellow, which is Sweden's flag. It's the Ukraine. It's showing us the spring. You get all the flowers, the bluebells and the yellow flowers for the spring equinox. So I might be wrong in the northwest, southeast, but I reckon that would be Sweden north. That's what I thought before. Or, are they showing us upside down? Are they showing us the Reaper in the south or in the north? And the west east. And the 2 corners of the frame, they always, in masonry, they never give us the north door. If I open a chart, I think I've got charts open here. Okay, this is just a chart just to show you that they show you the four corners. So they give us Aldebaran, Antares, Regulus, but they never give us Fomalhaut, North, Aquarius. So they give us South, West, East, and that is like what they're showing us here. So there's probably a lot more in that, but in this old article, I go over a lot about the eclipse, the 2017 eclipse, and the 7 Salams. So where is it? I can't go up faster. Oh, the 7 seals. I do a lot, and I just want to show you an image from it. So old Lavette, I was just discovering Lavette in those days. 777, there's a whole lot about 7 here. Remember that horrible film 7? I was never able to watch it. So there's a lot. We're in the year of the rabbit, the hare, the seal of Solomon. And where is the 777? I just thought I had, no, I think it's in another article. It's in Winter is Here. Okay. Yeah, these are all things I go over in all my videos all the time, but you know, there she is, Inanna, the Weaver, 777. So I was getting there. That's where we are, right, going through that gap. There's the bow tie, the horizontal hourglass. Okay. So the 7th seal, 7 beefeaters walk away, southwest corner, north gate never shown on the tracing board, only southwest east. The Grimm Reaper in the north, Saturn at home in Aquarius, north, on Fomalhaut for Corona Tyon. This is also Set, Bess, Cirrus, Keeper of the Four Corners, Pandora's Box, the chest, the Diodorian grey frame, the boxing ring is the squared circuit, circus, circle. It's truly a game not to be taken to heart. Uranus enters Taurus 2024 to 2032. Then we have closure next 7 years, just like during World War II, last time Uranus entered Taurus. Taurus is food, value, worth, 84 years ago. And for the Black Plague, harvest of the dead souls, the 7th seal, Swedish flag, north, always one corner missing on the Masonic tracing board chess game. Only you can find your head, last corner, leg. Blue-yellow showing the merging of the cross on the spring equinox, blue-yellow, Ukraine, UK rain, and the Putin makes the green heart gateway. And so this is the 1950 Swedish historical fantasy film written and directed by Ingmar Bergman, set in Sweden during the Black Death. So that is the 7th seal, 7th seal film, images. You remember the famous chess game, and this is the father of Ingrid Bergman, who did this film, the seventh seal, and it's the Grimm Reaper, and there are images of him, and it's all about the swords. I think I did maybe see the film, but I should see it again. Bergman developed the film for his own play, Wood Painting. The title refers to a passage from the Book of Revelation used both at the very start of the film and again towards the end, beginning with the words, "And when the Lamb has opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven, about the space of half an hour. Here the motive of silence refers to the silence of God, which is a major theme of the film. Silence of the Lambs. These are the four horsemen. If we push seventh seal, we should get pictures of the horsemen. The seventh seal, why don't they show us the horsemen as well? Horsemen, 7 seals and 4 horsemen, 7 chakras and 4 corners. Heaven silent, about half an hour, return of Christ. Celestial signs. Yeah. Okay, so what else? Well, you know, it's just, that's it. They just show us at Westminster. Okay, another thing. Some people think angels fly because they have wings, elves, but angels fly because they take themselves lightly. Quote from Stephen Forrest, The Book of Fire, and quote comes from Jupiter in Scorpio. And Eden wrote, man loses most of his charm and much of his authority if he falsely believes that he has outgrown his own child heart. Why is Elizabeth I buried next to Mary, Queen of Scots, at Westminster Abbey? Mary and Elizabeth, Mona Lisa, the hormonal Lisa, the 2 axes, masculine, feminine, of the JMMJ Mercury Jupiter mutable cross. The Queen, 96, Tropic of Capricorn, Pluto is now in Capricorn, not Aquarius, for 20 years. She was brought down from Balmoral, Balen N for the change of the ball wheel. Balmoral, north to south, Tropic of Cancer, 69, south, may the sex be with you, Corona tile. We are now on the Elizabeth line. Bess, keeper of the 4 corners, is Set, that's the Grimm Reaper. LM, Lisa Marie, died. Elvis, Levis, Elvis, and ML, Mona Lisa, is born. Maori law, it's the 9th door. Before we can come back to the Indians, you've got to get through that coming back connected to Earth. Maori law is all about the lunar phases. Mary will rise again in France as La Marianne, and England is in the name of the road. It's always about leaving the feminine axis and moving on to the masculine axis. So feminine Virgo, Pisces, Mary, and Gemini, Sagittarius, Eliza, Macbeth line. Now the merging of the Protestant Martin Luther and Catholic Romans to become this new one religion. Virgo rises, the 4 religions become one. Virgo rises, Pisces, Virgo axis over VC, Victoria and Corona. It was never Victor and Corona, it's a feminine axis. It would have been Victoria and Corona. And CV, Cupid, Valentine, Gemini, Sagittarius is reborn as both Jupiter, Empire strikes back as the gangsters take over. So you've got to have a gypsy heart to get through, to be able to be the Bohemian Rhapsody. That's what Prince Charles was opening. Mutable cross closes, and for the 2024 Year of the Dragon, Milky Way closes. That's the Monty Python, and the rose is crowned. Pierre, Paul et Jacques and the beanstalk. The liver twist, Oliver, liver, Oliver. That's Liverpool, that is the gorge, the throat, taking away the head, Scotland. Gorge, Georges, the kid's knees is the rein in French. Kidneys is rein, rain. If we're hung upside down, you know, it's all about that meridian, central ley line that goes through England and up to Scotland. It's to, you know, losing their heads. Liverpool man, Liverpool, Manchester's frame is cut off at the throat, George. Reversed upside down cross hung at the kid's knees before we reach the peak cap of the true 96 vibration. Scotland, Capricorn is the true head. On the cardinal cross, we're going on to the fixed cross now. So we're leaving the mutable. So the tropics have been changing. We're leaving the tropics of we're leaving the tropics of Gemini, Sagittarius. We're coming on to, well, the feminine, it would be Virgo, Pisces, and we're coming on to the Scorpio, Taurus. But, you know, the cross is always spoken about as the cardinal, the four legs, the four corners, the cardinal cross. So that is interesting. You can read that. Why is Elizabeth I buried? And I found that popped up on Quora. And, you know, it's talking about the Wars of the Roses, the Tudors, Henry VIII. Okay. So John Cleese, he just came up and he was saying, John Cleese was saying in hysterics over King Charles' coronation, it said it's a Monty Python sketch, which is exactly where we are. The Milky Way is closing, the Monty Python. JC John Cleese, who is in fact also BC Billy Colony, so that's what I just showed you. You saw the 8 of the AC, BC, before Christ, after Christ, and that moment that we go through the 8, the passage, is now giving English people the right to laugh at the Hierophant, elephant, big ears. Prince Charles has got really big ears. He's playing the role of the barber, Dumbo. You know, he's the elephant, the Hierophant in the room. CR the third, 777 King. The English will now be teased rotten as the whole show comes tumbling down. The changes are going to come very fast. It's a fast to pull the rug from under the British public's feet. It's not for nothing that Harry's in America. You know, it's this joining between Asia and America and Europe in the middle. So where am I? To pull the rug from under the British public's feet. All those pompous enough to take it seriously without seeing the alchemical musical comedy we are in. Charles, Corona, tie on. Gypsy King's Coronation Street is the cock's knees. Cock's knees. So the golden cock, it's France, sportive egg is Paris Olympics. Paris is east latitude, longitude 48, north 2, and London is west end boys, longitude 51 and north 0 on the meridian ley line, and Westminster, Bohemian Rhapsody, the wild in the wind ones, Wild West, the Mad Hatters, T-Rex, Scotty Party, and John Cleese is confirming this shift to come here. Miss Havisham did not pay for Pip's education. The convict financed Pip's education. That's the Oliver twist to come. To the Manor Born, another old English comedy. Go and see, very funny, about the gangster that buys the manor. And this is what we're seeing now. And I think he's actually from the same place as Prince Charles. He's from, you know, from the East. He's from not Bosnia or the place where the vampires were. Is the unveiling of the gangsters, T-Rex, Tea Party, Charlie's Angels. Charlie's Angels. He's crowning himself as in the 4 humours. Once you find the 4 humours, Christ is in the middle, and here's a very good picture of that. Christ in the middle of the 4 humours. Once you find that yellow bile, blood, sanguine, black bile, and phlegm. So you've got earth, phlegm, well, they say black, melancholic, yeah, earth, water, and fire. No, this is fire and air. Fire, air, earth, water. They always show the medicine wheel wrong. You see, they put, it should be black and white, red and yellow. Okay. So what else did I want to show you? Yeah, that image. that image. And you know, that's I know what that is, but I'm not going to talk about it now. It's this right on that winter triangle. It's that you see the snake eating right at the north, at the changing of the big bear. It's not the bear, it's the lynx. It's the lynx. Okay, let's bring this down, come back here. So again, The Good Life, I really enjoy this couple. She's even got the same accent as the girl, Felicity Kendall. She had a slight, sounds like a South African accent or something. I knew her voice reminded me, and it is that. So 50 years ago, 50 Hidden Hand during Pluto and Virgo, 1973 to 2023, 50 years, The Good Life. So that horse that won Ross Cantor, I just showed you riding, no, it wasn't that, Ross Cantor, she was on her horse Lord GraffalO, so that's The Good Life the other way round. A series in England, British comedy. It shows two couples living different lifestyles. One couple, just as this couple, choose the GL good life, and the other stuck in the mundane world of the not so good life. This weekend, RC Ross Cantor won badminton during the crowning of the gardener, CR Charles Rex Cairo. Chiron's last, the Senator. Cantor is an anagram of centaur. Mr. Tumnus on a horse called Lordship's GraffalO, LG, good life reversed. This couple that I enjoyed watching as I loved The Good Life as a child, G7 or GL, is G77, and 77 is the double. She was Ross Cantor, number 71, and last year's winner was 77. That makes the and she was called Colette, and that's the person who wrote the book Gigi about. It's the same story as Lolita or My Fair Lady. So that's just Virgo and Sagittarius. That makes the triangle to make 777. The element lead is a Z and a 7, or 777 lead to gold. Uranus will enter Taurus May the 24th for the Paris Olympics for 7 years, and the lamp of Narnia, Mr. Tumnus, is lit with Lucy's fur by his side. Pluto is in Capricorn now for 20 years, activating the 1968 to 86 Pluto and Virgo generations to activate their healing and holistic and DIY and gardening skills. The Good Life is the next 7 years, 2024 to 2032. That's when Scorpio, the North Node will be in Scorpio, of Uranus and Taurus to make the 007 and find the last egg through the gap. Last time Uranus entered Taurus was 1939 to 47, World War II. The time people had to grow food last, and the time that the magician's nephew, the Gap, Narnia, was written. Okay, so what else? That picture, great picture, Pandora. So this is where we are, the closing of the mutable cross, the gap, and Pandora rises to close the four corners. The chest holds the breast. She's only showing one breast again, and she's got the chest on the other, and that is the Star of David. It's just air, earth, water, fire merged, the four corners, and this is the time of rising this young girl who closes the box again, closes the mutable cross. She holds the breast, the fortune, the passage, the high priestess, white moon confronts the rose when fertility is taken, innocence lost, milk taken. The Star of David, 6-pointed star above her, not the 5-star gate. Air, fire, water, earth merge gives the golden plasma. Ra, Thea, Aretha, earth, heart, Aretha, Frank, ether, Frank and Lynn, all for one and one for all, gives you the fifth element. First we have to know it and face her. Milky Way closure, honey milk, pituitary, pineal glands, open the eye, it's PP again. Lin, milk. So Franklin, Lin is milk, a condition in which abnormal cells are found in the lobules, glands that make milk of the breast. This condition rarely becomes cancer. However, having Lin in one breast increases the risk of breast cancer in both breasts. Types of Lin include a typical lobular hyperplasia and lobular, well, you know, I can't pronounce all that, carcinoma in situ, also called lobular intratherial neoplasia and lobular neoplasia, goodness. And then franc, France, gold, honey, the King Louis, gold, franc, originally a French coin, but now the monetary unit of a number of countries, notably Switzerland, most French and former Belgium overseas territories, and some African states. At one time it was also the currency of France, Belgium and Luxembourg. The name was first applied to a gold coin minted by King John II of France in 1360, which bore on one face the Latin legend. Okay, so the two sides of the coin, and we've got Rex. John, by the grace of God, King of Franks. Yeah, so, you know, it is all about the Celtic, the Gaul, Charles de Gaulle. He also had big ears like King Charles, and, you know, Charles de Gaulle, and the Second World War, and he's a Gaul. Gaul in French is the Gaulois, the Welsh, Wales, the baleine, the ball of the N, the spinning ball, the ball. N is breath, is hate, and it's also N. N. My village is called Enyon, and it's spelt A-I-G. A-I-G is pronounced in English egg. Puss in Boots, the cat, kills the egg, the head, the egg, the passage. And an eagle, Scorpio should rise in 2032 to take the true MC, Taurus north, Taurus south, Aquarius on the west, and Leo on the east, on the descendant. So Charles V, it was known as the Franc cheval to distinguish honor halls to distinguish it from another coin of the same value later issued by Charles V of France. Charles V of France, in there he is, fifth, the heart gateway, the five-pointed star. My village is the five-pointed star. So you should be joining dots a little bit. Somebody sent me that, AC/DC, Back in Black. You can read that. 7th album. And this is the video I did the other day. So I'm always adding to these articles I'm doing on my blog because there's just so much information. I'm going to do an article now about the Grimm Reaper, but I do suggest that you will join a lot of dots by going to my old article. Will it bring me back? Yeah, okay. Well, I'll put a link in for you, and I'm sending you lots of love, darlings. And you can go ahead and book. I'm back to work, and this whole new community, apparently my accordance community site's not working. I'll check with the girl who helps me with my site. I think it's something, it's happened before. It's just a little technical thing. Okay, bye for now, darlings.